So let's just pretend like, Jen, you are a new lead, a
Okay.
new Facebook lead. So we're going to go ahead and put in your name. If we have address, great. If we have phone number, great. Let's put it in. If not, go ahead and put in your email address. Obviously, we've got to make sure we get this accurately. Lead converter, the person who's going to be following up with the lead. So if they only speak Spanish, then it'll be Maritza. But other than that, we'll probably go ahead and put it for me to follow up.
Okay.
Um, opportunity stage. Opportunity stage kind of depends on where they're at. New prospect means like we have very little information, but probably almost all of them are going to be qualify or nurture, or maybe some with the appointment. Qualify is kind of like when we have, we have an email address and or a phone number, and we know a little bit about them, but we really don't know enough to really begin just like working with them, right? Maybe we don't know their time frame, or maybe we don't know a few pieces about what they're looking for, pre-approval, etc. We put qualified. Now, if we know like, hey, they're going to be buying in 6 to 9 months, and we kind of know what they want, that sort of thing, we put them on nurture. But most of them are going to be qualified, and then some will be nurture. Every now and then you'll have a new prospect or appointment, but like I said, the bulk majority will be qualified. If there is an appointment set and they're in appointment status, you can click appointment and type in their appointment time. That's not a phone appointment, it's a physical appointment. Okay, so person type. So in this case, if they're Facebook leads, most of the time they're going to be buyer, but sometimes we might get a seller. Sometimes they might be both. So you'll either check buyer, seller, or buy, sell. If someone's looking for like an investment property to buy cash, put that. If it's someone like that we're friends with already, you can put COI for center of influence. What type of property are they looking for? 99% of the time, they're going to be looking for residential single family. Every now and then, they might be looking for one of these other ones, and we can put that in here. Lead source. We are going to be looking for, do we have Facebook in here? Facebook, perfect. And then we're going to go ahead and put them on a campaign. Now, if they're a buyer, we're probably going to put them on the buyer lead campaign. If they're a seller, put them on the general seller. And if they're like someone that I know, we might put them on the COI or past client. But other than that, we're just going to put them on either buyer or seller. We're going to mark the lead as new, and we're going to go ahead and click submit. Contact Jen was entered properly. You can click back here if you want to enter another one. Excuse me. So now we can go into Infusionsoft. I'll just click publish again in case there's something that needed to be published. So we used to put stuff in a Realty Juggler, but we're phasing out of Realty Juggler and obviously going into Infusionsoft. So now let's check out Jen Tombach. So because you filled out that web form, here you are, you're in our database. And let's go ahead and check out your contact record. Notice how lead source is Facebook. Okay, it didn't assign an owner, so I'll get that fixed. Okay.
Owner should be the one who will be following up, right?
Just put me as the owner on all these.
Okay.
They're company leads because we're basically, obviously, we're paying for, all the resources that it takes to generate these leads. So we'll go ahead and put myself on there for now. Okay, so notice all these tags that have been applied. A lead score tag, a call today tag, a person type. All of these leads are there. Boom. So you're already queued up to get an email on September 9th, which is in 2 days, And you might have already even received an email. Let's see. Okay, so notice how just by submitting that lead form, it shows that you've started on the buyer drifts. We've assigned your lead generator and lead converter. We've assigned me as the dialer. We've put you as a qualified stage. We put you on the buyer active campaign. We've assigned the agent. We've assigned the property type that you want, marked you as a new lead, put a call today tag on, and noted you as a buyer. All this happened automatically. In the custom fields, you'll notice the lead generator was the company and the lead converter was Matt Kavanaugh. You now have a lead score of 1,000 points. That lead score will go up and down based on activities you do or don't do. So that's how we enter a lead in here. So they'll use this link. The key is before you start entering people in, we're going to need to go over the strategy of who should go in here. We're not really wanting to put everybody in here, but as you get these conversations going, and as you get people going on drifts, some people would make sense to also receive additional buying information from us just to deepen that relationship. And so, like for example, you might have somebody that has like a 300 credit score. They're probably going to get bombarded by emails for 10 years before their credit score would ever go up enough to get, to buy a home. But if you have somebody that's like in the mid to high fives or higher credit score that's, thinking about buying, that really has a possibility of buying in the next 6 months to a year, or even a couple of years, we're gonna want to get them on buyer drifts. And this is going to give them a bunch of extra information through emails about how to get a good deal on a house. Basically emails that should shed some value on, their buying efforts. We try not to send a lot of crap. Like we don't send any recipes. Like here's how you bake a cake.
Yeah.
Because that has nothing to do with buying a house. So we try as much as possible to have intentional information about how to buy a house well. And then for the sellers, of course, how to sell their house well. So, yep, that's really all there is to it. I'm going to add like an owner assign on this form, and then I think the form will be pretty much done. Then we'll need to monitor as those leads get entered on. But that's going to be really a fantastic way of tracking our leads, because I know right now we're entering them in Google Sheets. I'm not confident that we'll be able to replace that process, but if we enter everybody through the web form into Infusionsoft and include a link in the notes, do we have a note section here? We don't. We can add one. And include a link to the Facebook conversation in there, then what can happen is we can set up automated emails that as somebody makes an activity on a house on our website, or they make an activity on a house in off of Infusionsoft, it'll send us their contact information saying, hey, this person just read this article about how to buy investment properties, or hey, this person just changed their criteria on their house, or hey, this person did this. By the way, here's their contact information. Here's a link to be able to talk to them on Facebook. And that would happen automatically. Obviously, the ultimate thing was that if we could program Infusionsoft to work with in Facebook so that we would get an email every time that someone responded. But of course, I don't know that will happen. But anyways, so we got a lot of strategy we can talk over tomorrow. But we have a lot of automated reporting that we built into the back end of, basically not into Infusionsoft, but we built into Google Sheets and other places that there's data coming off Infusionsoft. So as we add leads from Facebook into Infusionsoft, obviously we can have pretty amazing control over the content that they receive, and then we have pretty amazing ability to track like how many leads we're generating and our conversion rates, things of that nature. So anyway, anyways, so any questions on entering this form?
Mm, no questions, but yeah, I do have. So leads may be on this form even when they don't have a phone number, as long as they have an email.
Yeah, I mean, because I mean, I'm okay even with the phone number if they don't have. I guess I'm not okay because I made it mandatory, but I might change email to not be mandatory. They have to have phone or email. I mean, obviously, if you don't have phone or email, they're pretty pointless.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I guess I shouldn't say that. If we had physical address, then I guess theoretically we could send out cards. But for now, we're going to consider them pointless until they have either a phone or an email.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, cool. Just want to get you briefed on that. I'll probably touch base. It might not be tomorrow. We got my dad and brother on some major training stuff. I got to teach them all sorts of stuff tomorrow. I got to make them smart. So, and then so if not tomorrow, Friday though.
Okay.
So cool.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.